Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at a new laptop I got. This is the HP Dragonfly Folio G3. So this is a convertible 2-in-1 laptop and meant mostly for business professionals, I guess. It's actually priced quite up there, well over $2,000 actually. So I actually got this, of course I have to get this refurbished, right? Because normally the price is out of my budget. For all these like elite business load laptops or Lenovo ThinkPads or Dell Latitudes or HP EliteBooks, I normally get them refurbished because you can save so much more money. If you buy them brand new, it's quite costly. So yeah, this particular one, I'll tell you the specs. Has a 13.5 inch obviously touchscreen. It's 1920 by 1200 because this is a 3.2 display, which is pretty cool. So HP actually moved from the 16:9 display to 3.2, which I support because you get more vertical reading space. That's nice. It's a Core i7-1265U, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. So why did I get this laptop? So right now I have the HP Dragonfly Elite G3. So this is just a regular laptop. It's not a convertible. It used to be though, because the first generation HP Dragonfly laptop was convertible. I guess for the G3 version, which this is the latest version, they made it back into a normal laptop. It's not convertible anymore. I'm not really sure why they made that decision. But anyways, I do like this laptop. It's very light, very portable, but I just always wonder, what if I want some of that convertibility back? What if I want to have that tablet functionality back, right? In other ways, I think this laptop is nice. It's very light, has a decent port selection, including USB-A, which is important to me. And yeah, full-size HDMI. So it has a decent port selection. It's got pretty nice display. This also has a 3.2 display. As you can see, it matches exactly with the Folio because they both have the same aspect ratio and the same size screen. They're both 13.5 inch 1920 by 1200, both 3.2 aspect ratio. So yeah, pretty much their footprint is identical. Yeah, I just thought this laptop is almost perfect for me as a portable laptop, but what if I want some of that convertible functionality? Once I kind of miss being able to convert this into a tablet, just like the original first generation did. And that's why the Folio came up to me. And this one is interesting because it looks a bit different, especially on the lid. So this lid is actually a leather lid. So that's not very common for a laptop to have a leather lid like this. So I'm not sure how well it will hold up over time. I think this will definitely get more and more distressed over time. But at least from the perspective of looking like a luxury laptop, this definitely has it, right? Like not many laptops have like a leather lid, so this one does. Okay, so when it comes to port selection, it's actually a bit of a letdown on the Folio because on the right side you get absolutely no ports at all. There's no ports here. The only thing here it has is a, I guess kind of like a magnetic charger for the pen. So it does include a pen. So if you guys are kind of creative professionals and you need to take notes or you need to draw stuff, then this one does have a pen. So yeah, you have the pressure sensitivity levels and stuff. So yeah, this is a laptop I think more geared towards creative professionals and I guess business users who like to take a lot of, or I guess students, right? Students too as well, who like to take a lot of notes using a pen. And of course this folds into a, well, it converts into a tablet. So that's why they have that. But that's what the right side of this laptop is. It's basically a magnetic kind of docking connector for this pen here, so it kind of just charges it like that. I guess it's useful, right? If you use the pen a lot, then it's useful. For me, I don't really use a pen because I'm not an artist, so this is not really useful for me, and it just takes up an entire right side of the laptop for this, so you have no ports on this right side. Right, so on the left side of the laptop, what you can see here is a headphone jack, and you get two USB-C ports. One of which is a Thunderbolt 4 and the other one is a USB-C display port, so you can output video through either of them. However, I think if you're charging them, almost always one of them is going to be taken up by the charger. So just keep in mind this laptop does not have a lot of ports. There's also a SIM card slot right here, so that's for people who use use this on the go and don't want to tether their phone. So there is a 5G capability or mobile broadband, WLAN, whatever you want to call that. So that's pretty cool for business travelers. But I don't like the fact that it's very port light. I mean, compared to the HP Dragonfly, the non-folio version that I have, yeah, this is a very port light laptop. So that's one thing I don't like about this. Probably the biggest thing I don't like about it, actually. Yeah, only 2 USB-C ports, and one of them, you know, you're going to use for charging. So essentially, one of them is just going to be free for you to use, and that's it. And there's nothing else. There's no like full-size HDMI. There's no micro SD card slot. Yeah, so unfortunately, it's very port light. And the back, it looks pretty similar to the Dragonfly Elite. The other thing is the weight is 3 pounds, and that's kind of weird for a laptop that bills itself as a Dragonfly laptop, because my regular Dragonfly laptop, this one, the Elite, is 2.4 pounds. And that's how the HP Dragonfly laptops have always been, because they're called Dragonfly because they're supposed to be light. So yeah, the first generation, second generation, third generation of these laptops, the one I have now, they're like 2.4, 2.5 pounds. Very, very light. So it's easy for business travelers to carry these laptops around. This one, 3 pounds. That's not ultra light. That's about the standard weight of a Ultrabook, I would say, these days, right? That's the same. Actually, it's more weight than the MacBook Air. The new MacBook Air M2 is like 2.7 pounds. So this is actually, yeah, it's about average weight for an Ultrabook. So I don't think that they should call themselves the Dragonfly anymore, because it is not any lighter than a typical Ultrabook now. So that's another thing I don't like about this one. Is that one thing is that it doesn't have good support selection. Another thing is, yeah, it's actually kind of heavy when you call yourself like a HP Dragonfly, right? It's not as light as it's supposed to be. And when you open it up, the keyboard is pretty much the exact same as on the regular Dragonfly Elite laptops. So this is your standard HP layout. I don't like this, I guess, shortened up and down arrow keys, but that's just an HP thing. They always do that. Otherwise, everything else, as you guys can see, it's the keyboard layout. It's the same as in other HP Dragonfly laptops. So yeah, I just don't use this airplane mode very often, or this one. I'm not sure what that does. This one will actually mechanically turn off the webcam. Will actually like kind of disable it. That's pretty cool. And yeah, so you can just press this one to mechanically disable the webcam if you don't want people spying on you or whatever. But yeah, these two I think are the only ones I don't really use. The rest of them, yeah, pretty useful, I guess. Trackpad is a pretty decently big trackpad. I like it. Good palm rest. Yeah, overall I do like the design of the Dragonfly laptops. And then the display, this one is a 13.5 inch 1920 by 1200 display. Pretty decent display, actually. I don't mind it. Yeah, I guess they did reduce the bezels for sure compared to their previous generations. So yeah, this is the G3, so same generation as my current Dragonfly Elite. So what's really interesting about this laptop, though, I mean, obviously it's a touchscreen as well, right? Because if you're gonna use it for drawing and stuff like that, it's obviously touchscreen. But what's really unique about this one is that it's convertible. So you might be wondering, how does it convert, right? Most convertible laptops use the Lenovo Yoga style, which means it flips back 360 degrees. This laptop does not do that. In fact, this laptop has a rather special technique. What it does is you basically unhinge the display and you kind of pull it forward like this. And you can kind of set it in this kind of position. I think they call this, yeah. So this position, you see how the laptop has kind of a groove right here on the keyboard? Just set it in right near that groove. And yeah, basically this is the position that I would call stand mode when it comes to the yoga style laptops, right? That one, you just flip it over kind of 180 degrees and you kind of just put it as a stand for presentations or for watching movies or something. And this is basically the equivalent of that stand mode. You just like pull it forward and then it just rests just above the touchpad like this. And this way, you can easily use the pen, whatever you want to draw and whatever. It's very easy because the screen is right there, like right in front of you, right? You don't have to reach out with your hand anymore. The screen's just right in front of you. And it's great for like presentations or watching movies, of course, because it's just closer to you. But if you want to fold it all the way down, then you can also do that. So you can just pull it forward more and kind of just push it down like this. And that way, as you guys can see, it's not exactly flat, but it's almost like it has a sort of built-in stand, right? Where you can kind of just draw on it more easily as well in this case, because if it's like totally flat, it's actually something that's not good because you got to kind of lift it up to draw like that. But in this way, right, it's got kind of like a little stand right here, just at the back, kind of propping it up. So you can kind of like draw a little bit easier this way, I believe. So anyways, it's a pretty interesting form factor, right? The fact that you can fold it down like this. This, I believe, is a similar way to how the Sony Vaio Duo used to do it. So the Sony Vaio Duo also did it this way, where it kind of like folds down like this. That was an early Windows 8 laptop, I believe, Windows 8 convertible. And Sony also, no, actually Vaio actually did this with the Vaio Z Flip. So there's a few designs that did this before, but it's not that common, right? The vast majority of convertible laptops are either the hybrid type, where it detaches from the keyboard, or the 360-degree Lenovo Yoga type. So yeah, having the Sony Vaio Duo type of conversion is pretty cool and unique. I think the HP Dragonfly Folio is the only laptop on the market that does it in this style. So it's yeah, it's pretty cool and unique. It folds down, not exactly completely flat, but you do have like a little bit of a stand right here, so you can kind of, to me, you have like an angle to draw things on. If you're like a creative professional, or you're a professional or a student or something, you're like taking notes and stuff like that, then it gives you like a little bit of an angle, which is nice. So yeah, that's basically how the conversion works. And you can also put it back in the secondary mode, right? So basically there's these three modes, right? That was a tablet. So tablet mode is like all the way flat like this, or semi-flat, I guess. And then you can lift it up to be kind of this presentation mode, where this is the mode where, yeah, you can just, I would use this mode for watching movies and stuff like that. But, you know, you can also use it for presentations or whatever. And then there's the regular laptop mode, so you just put the snap the screen hinge back, snap the screen back in place, I mean. Okay, so that's how it works. And I think overall, it's a nice laptop. I'm not sure if I want to keep this one over my regular HP Dragonfly Elite because of all the things I mentioned. It's cool that it's convertible. So once again, with the convertible action side, you can see it goes like this, convert it like this, and then you can lay it down flat like that. So it's cool, it has that convertible action, but you sacrifice a lot for that. First of all, I'm not sure if I really like this lid. It does look more luxury, it's different, but I'm not sure how well this lid will hold up over time, right? It's leather is nice, but it's just gonna, yeah, it'll get a lot of abuse over time. It won't look as good. I know some people like that, right? Patinas and stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure if I would like that. The fact that it's heavier, it's 3 pounds, not 2.5, so I'm not sure if it really should be considered a Dragonfly laptop. And the fact that it only has a few ports, really only, yeah, a headphone jack and just 2 USB-C ports. So really just 2 USB-C ports, and that's it. That's nothing, right? And the complete right side is taken up by this this charger for the pen, which to me is kind of a waste. Like the way that some other laptops have done it, I think it was the Surface maybe. One of the laptops do it in a way where you put the pen like right here. So there's like a magnetic charger here, and it kind of just fits into like a little spot here, right? And that way you can still have room on the side for your ports. So I don't know why HP didn't do it that way. Just have like a flatter pen, but then it kind of can fit in that slot, right? But yeah, I'm not sure if I like it more than my regular HP Dragonfly, which is lighter, has more ports, it has a full-size HDMI, and yeah, this one also has you know, full-size USB-A as well. So that's pretty cool. That, I mean, my regular HP Dragonfly Elite, and in addition to being like much lighter, more portable, I just don't get the convertible kind of form factor with this one. So that's the only thing. I was just curious about this convertible form factor, but now, after looking at it, I'm not sure if it's an actual better upgrade over my regular Dragonfly. And this is also more expensive too than my regular Dragonfly Elite. So yeah, also comparing it to my older convertible, laptop. So I have the Porsche Design Book 1, which is actually more of a just a collector's laptop right now. This laptop I don't usually use. It's just more of a collector's item now because it's getting old. This is like a 6-year-old laptop, but I keep it because it's so unique and interesting. So this is a 360-degree convertible laptop, but it can also optionally detach as well, right? So it folds down flat like this, and it folds down like all the way 360 degrees like that. So that's how it does it. Whereas the HP Dragonfly Elite, right, this one just folds down like this. So yeah, compare and contrast the two styles, right? This is the Lenovo Yoga 360-degree hinge style, and this one is, I guess, the Sony Vaio Duo style is what I would call it, because I think the Sony Vaio Duo was the first one I saw that used this kind of convertible style. Of course, another thing that's really cool about the Porsche design is that you can optionally detach the entire top half off, just like on a Surface Book. So that's also something unique. So yeah, like if I press this one, show you guys from the side. So I press this right here, hold it in, and I can actually detach the entire top half of the laptop. That's something that they took from the Microsoft Surface Book. So that's a very unique feature that you don't get with pretty much any other laptop except for the Surface Book. So anyways, this is why this one is kind of like a collector's item for me. I don't really use it too much, but it's very unique. I'm not sure about the Folio. So yeah, this is also a pretty unique laptop, but yeah, I'm not sure about if I'm going to keep this or not. But it does look very interesting. It's also kind of unique in its own way. So it's got this unique leather cover as the lid, and then yeah, the fact that it kind of folds, yeah, it just folds flat like this in a Sony Vaio Duo form factor, right? That's kind of cool, and it kind of goes midway like that as well. So that, I guess that is kind of unique. So I don't know, guys, what do you guys think of the HP Dragonfly Elite Folio? To me, I don't know, there's too many trade-offs. I like the form factor, I like the design, but I don't like the fact that it made it heavier, and I don't like the fact that it removed ports. If you add ports back in, like give me the HDMI, give me the SD or micro SD, and give me full-size USB-A, just like on the regular HP Dragonfly. And I don't care for this leather cover, I guess you can keep it, but yeah, make it a little bit lighter too. I think those are my main complaints with this issue, my main issues with this laptop, right? Make it lighter and give me a bit more ports, and then I can really appreciate this laptop. Otherwise, there's just too many compromises with it. So if you're listening, HP, please take those suggestions into your design, because this is a laptop for business people, right? Business people like to have a lot of ports. Like that should be something that's obvious, right? For business laptops, they should have a lot more ports than regular consumer laptops. But here, 2 USB-C ports, that's as much as what, an entry-level MacBook Air, so which is known for having not a lot of ports. So I don't know, like that's the problem with some of these premium laptops now, is that they contain way less ports than before. And that's where Japanese laptops, I really like Japanese laptops because they do cater to business users. They do give you a lot of ports. But with, yeah, some of these Western brands and the high-end luxury, like business laptops even, like, yeah, they just reduce the number of ports or something. For what reason? Like, just to like be like Apple or something like that, trying to copy Apple. I'm not sure why they would take away ports like that. And I have no idea why it's heavier. Is it the mechanism that makes it heavier? I don't know. Why is it so much heavier than the regular Dragonfly? So anyways, I have some questions, some concerns about the HP Dragonfly Elite Folio. It's an interesting design, but I do have reservations about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, thanks for watching yet another electronics review. As always, stay tuned for next time.